Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet hosted by the last two people on Earth. I'm your host, Chad.
I'm your host, Rob, and I guess it's weird to film for no one else, but we're still doing the podcast anyway.
Today we're talking about The Last of Us on PlayStation. Excited about that.
And like always, you can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/EpicGeekOut. Check out the website, www.epicgeekout.com.
Also over at Twitter, @EpicGeekOut, and also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate that. But let's get into talking about The Last of Us. So today we're talking about The Last of Us, which is coming from Naughty Dog Studios, famous for Crash Bandicoot series and Uncharted, which is wildly successful on PlayStation 3. Interesting, this game came out in the middle of E3 week, or towards the end of E3 week, so it's kind of strange considering there's all this buzz and talk about the new consoles. But this is for the current gen, and it is the whole point of like Naughty Dog has been, at least at this point with Uncharted and this, is like storytelling, all about the story behind the game. This storyline takes a post-apocalyptic feel following a virus outbreak, much like zombies, but this was a little bit more like...
The Infected, they're calling
this was more like 28 Days Later, like crazy, fast-running zombie things. And it takes place 20 years after that event happens. You're playing a guy named Joel, who is...
making choices to survive.
He has to go on a journey to deliver a girl. I will not say much more about that because I don't want to spoil anything. Because it is a fun, getting.
It's a good story. If you get the chance to check out their trailers, their trailer for this game I think is tremendous and encapsulates things, and like it gets the setting done right of how you're in this world and you're not going to be all good or all bad. You're going to have to just make choices to survive, and the rules have changed, kind of stuff.
Gameplay wise, it's third person. There's shooting elements. There's like crafting a little bit and stealth. There's like a stealth element where you can either stealth to kill the zombies or humans, because there are some bad humans in the game as well. So you can do stealthy or just run a gun if you choose. So
running a gun with like 6 bullets. I mean, bullets are at a minimum.
There's a lot of inventory control here.
Yeah.
So we had to play a good portion of the game. What did you think?
Yeah, I'm in. I mean, this game is great, and it kind of took me by surprise. I mean, I wasn't following this, and then I just started seeing all different, like We Can Confirm, the podcast Jeff Canada does, like start talking about it, and it got me really excited for this game, and it is great. I mean, the world is set up so well. You really feel for the characters. The deaths feel like deaths. I mean, they really hit you, kind of stuff. But I will say, I do have some complaints about the game that I really thought that this, just from all the great reviews, it was kind of going to do more with gaming than it is. But there are levels in this game. I mean, it's kind of set up like a video game, which again isn't bad, but I was just expecting, my expectations were a little higher. I mean, a lot of things was so far really on rails for me. I don't know if that changes later in the game, but I don't know, I was kind of surprised by that with just all the feedback that it was getting, but it's great. It's just a great video game across the board. The opening to this is paced better than any video game I've played ever. It's paced so well.
And the decision in the beginning to how they introduce you to the character Joel, who you play throughout the entire rest of the game, I thought was a really
it's storytelling is what it is, and
it puts you in that. It puts you in that, like you had a connection to the. I can't say much because I don't want to spoil because it's really awesome. You have a connection to the event that happens in the opening that makes playing Joel.
And that event literally could have just been a movie, because there isn't much to controlling it. There's points where you're looking around, and it's a lot of just holding a stick, just holding forward, kind of. Which again, the video game elements are kind of there because you are moving it, but it didn't need to be a video game. But my lord, was it cinematic? Yeah, it was done so well. Introduced you to this world, people, and you're just in, and it hits you off the bat. And some people are arguing, well, why does it even a video game when it's just my only choice is to move forward?
Yeah.
But it's great. I mean, I really
There's a
enjoyed
reason
that.
for that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And you know, this game is great. You know, you were saying like your inventory is really big. It takes like a while for you to look through your bag to switch weapons. I mean, everything that they did in this has a purpose, which I think just adds to the storytelling and the gameplay. The AI is a little shoddy at times, but again, you know, I wouldn't give this a 10 out of 10 like everyone's giving it,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is certainly a great game. If you have PS3, you have to check it out, I think, so.
Yeah. I mean, it has all the elements of a game that I would hate, but for some reason they come together in a way that I love. You know, I'm not particularly a fan of stealth gameplay all the time, but the way that it's done here is awesome. Like you're saying, the biggest problem for me is the AI. I think there's a lot of times where you know, stuff doesn't make sense that's happening, especially with your companions that you have throughout the game. You have different companions, they swap out. And the way that the enemy AI reacts to them makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But I guess they kind of had to use that limitation so that it wasn't throwing off, you know, everything that you were doing. I really like the crafting in this. I think that it does it better than any shooting game. There feels like a purpose to it.
And it also has to choose, you have to, some are used for each thing, so the supplies are very limited.
Exactly.
So you have to choose, well, do I want a weapon, do I want a med kit, things like that.
It made, like, it's the complete opposite of Bioshock Infinite, where you run into a room and you stand to trap stuff. I mean, you got a little bit here, but there's a point where you can max out what you have, so you have to craft more to kind of be able to carry more stuff. But it gives a purpose to like exploration. So you're going through rooms to find stuff so that you can advance your skills.
You'll go through rooms and not find anything.
I know, it's frustrating.
At all.
Yeah. One other kind of nitpick thing for me, again, love the game, but nitpicky things, I felt like some of the level design was, like you said, a little bit on rails and like pushed you a certain way, but there's just some things, like elements of the world that I wish were more interactive, and they were just literally skinned over top of, you know, 3D rendered. And it was just frustrating because, you know, there were so much other great stuff to this game. But
I mean, we really are nitpicking a very good game. I mean, let's make that clear. People should play this game. I mean, without a doubt, it's a great experience. I'm looking forward to playing it more. I mean, it's a great game, but you know, I don't think it hit that point with all the praise it's getting.
Right.
But
I mean,
it's good.
If you love Uncharted, you're gonna love it. It's like I had the same feeling playing this as I did the first Uncharted, where I was constantly playing to get that next story moment, to get to that next cutscene, to get the next piece of information that would drive the story forward, because that's entirely what you're playing. You're playing an interactive story, and it's awesome. And you know, the way that, you know, shooting's done in here might not be the best out of any shooting video game, but it works well enough that it makes the experience that much more enhanced from playing, you know, an interactive, awesome story. So yeah, I mean, I'm almost towards the end of it. There's apparently a big twist, so I'm really excited to see what that is. But yeah, I like the way it switches up too. Like there's like you're fighting the zombies for a while, and then there's a level where you're fighting humans, and then you know, you're in the sewers and you're outside for a while, and it's just like back and forth, constant. You're never bored of kind of one thing. Yeah, I think overall it's really awesome. It deserves all the praise it's getting. I'm really excited to see kind of what next gen can do in terms of games like this caliber, where, you know, not only is the story awesome, but it's enhanced by those really crazy graphics. It's almost given me a reason to want to get a PlayStation 4 for Naughty Dog stuff, because you know, they're totally like all their stuff is
they do it right.
Like Uncharted's great. Yeah, so that's The Last of Us. It's out now. You can rent this.
It's great.
If you would like. And now apparently you can rent Xbox One games as well, as we heard over the past week. If you watched last week's episode, we were talking a little bit about that, but I think it's kind of funny. So go check out The Last of Us. It's definitely worth the money. So it's that time again to give some thanks for some awesome geek stuff we want to share with you. Rob, what's your thanks today?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch our show, you know that we both have Netflix and absolutely love it. You know, I use Netflix a lot for old TV shows, documentaries, things like that. But every now and then there's a movie that I wanted to see that slipped by. I didn't get a chance to see in the theaters, and get a chance to check it out. So I'm currently on Netflix is End of Watch, which is the story of these two police officers in the LA area, and it's kind of this gritty tale of, you know, this ridiculous area in which they patrol, which seems nuts. And if it's anything close to how it is in the movie, it's holy crap what these people go through. But I think it's a really well done movie, enjoyable throughout it. So if you have Netflix, give End of Watch a shot.
Awesome. I'm going to also thank a movie, but this is an older movie, just one of my favorites that I wanted to, give a little shout out to. The Sandlot, and it's actually the 20th anniversary right now. Apparently they're showing
forever.
Exactly. Apparently they're showing them at
Major League Baseball
parks, which is awesome. Great movie about a group of kids that play baseball.
One of the best. In
a sandlot, and then there's this whole sub-storyline of this dog, the beast, and everything. It's just super awesome. If you have never seen it, I mean, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
If you have never seen it as a geek, you definitely need to. It's definitely awesome. I think it holds up as well. I've seen it catch on.
Didn't deserve all the sequels it had.
No.
Kind of ruined its legacy a little bit, but yeah, fantastic movie.
It's such a great sports movie and just a great movie overall. Yeah. So that's it for this week of episodes. We're going to be back next week with some more for you. So thanks for watching. As always, we appreciate it. We'll see you next time.